On Friday, 41-year-old Virginia Giuffre took her own life at a farm in Narrabri, Australia, ending her life. She was one of the most well-known survivors in the Epstein case. Most people recognize her through a famous photograph, in which Virginia, the woman with long golden hair, stands in the center. Virginia's life was filled with hardship. In 1983, Virginia was born in California, USA. During elementary school, she was sexually assaulted by a friend of her parents, and her life fell apart from then on. Afterward, she ran away from home and moved between foster homes. At the age of 14, Virginia ended up on the streets. At the time, she was controlled by a Miami pimp and forced into sex work. Fortunately, she later escaped the pimp and reunited with her father. In 2000, Virginia was 16 years old. Her father worked as a maintenance manager at Trump's Mar-a-Lago estate and helped arrange a job for her there as a spa attendant. It was at Mar-a-Lago that Virginia met Ghislaine Maxwell, the daughter of Robert Maxwell, a former British MP and publisher of several UK newspapers. Through Ghislaine Maxwell's introduction, Virginia became Epstein's massage therapist. Virginia said that at the time, she believed they were good people and confided in them about her traumatic childhood experiences. Instead of offering support, they used her vulnerabilities to manipulate and control her, making it harder for her to resist. What happened next is now widely known. Epstein sexually assaulted her, and she was later trafficked to Prince Andrew. During subsequent court proceedings, Virginia testified that Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell groomed her into providing sexual services for them and others. At first it was just one, then two, and before I knew it, I was being lent out to politicians, academics, and royalty. By 2019, many of the high-profile individuals she named in her lawsuit had been publicly exposed. These included former New Mexico Governor Bill Richardson, hedge fund manager Glenn Dubin, modeling agent Jean-Luc Brunel, and attorney Alan Dershowitz, as well as the late Queen Elizabeth II's second son, Prince Andrew, whom we previously mentioned. By 2002, Virginia finally escaped Epstein's clutches. At the time, Epstein had sent her to Thailand to attend a massage training course he had funded and instructed her to bring back another girl for him. However, while in Thailand, Virginia met Australian Robert Giuffre. They fell in love at first sight and quickly married. Virginia then informed Epstein that she would never return. In 2005, Epstein was investigated in Florida. To reduce his charges, he struck a secret plea deal with prosecutors, admitting to lesser state-level prostitution charges. By 2009, Epstein was released. But Virginia refused to give up her fight against him. In May 2009, she filed a lawsuit against Epstein under a pseudonym, accusing him and Ghislaine Maxwell of recruiting her for sex trafficking while she was still a minor. Inspired by her courage, dozens of other victims came forward by the end of 2009, filing civil lawsuits against Epstein. On January 7, 2010, Virginia gave birth to her daughter, and on that very same day, she made the courageous decision to publicly come forward and share her story of sexual abuse and human trafficking. 4 years later, she laid the foundation for the organization Victims Refuse Silence. Its mission was to help survivors overcome the shame, silence, and intimidation often experienced by victims of sexual abuse, and to prevent others from falling prey to sex trafficking. Inspired by her bravery, more and more victims stepped forward. The mounting pressure eventually forced Prince Andrew to step down from his royal duties. In 2021, Virginia filed a lawsuit against Prince Andrew, accusing him of sexually abusing her when she was 17 years old. The following year, the two parties settled, the exact amount of which was undisclosed, but Prince Andrew agreed to donate a substantial sum to her survivors' organization, reportedly amounting to millions of dollars. In a court statement, Prince Andrew also publicly acknowledged that Epstein was a sex trafficker and referred to Virginia as a recognized victim of abuse. Yet, in the end, the case went no further. Epstein's suicide shattered the hopes of Virginia and countless other plaintiffs. Nevertheless, the victims remain grateful for her courage in being the first to step forward. It was her crucial testimony that led to the exposure, investigation, and eventual conviction of Ghislaine Maxwell and other accomplices of Epstein. Sadly, even after the Epstein case concluded, Virginia's struggles did not end. The peace she deserved never came. She spent a peaceful period with her husband Robert and their 3 children, settling in Australia and living a secluded life away from the world. However, the good times didn't last. A few weeks ago, she posted a series of disturbing updates on social media. Earlier this month, she shared a photo of herself lying in a hospital bed, her face badly injured. She claimed she had been in a car accident and that doctors told her her kidney function had failed, leaving her with only 4 days to live. However, many netizens later discovered through a statement from local authorities that Virginia had only been involved in a very minor car accident and was not in any life-threatening condition. She was discharged from the hospital a week after posting the message. As a result, her actions successfully sparked doubts among netizens. Some claimed she had a mental illness, while others accused her of just seeking attention. Amid the skepticism from some online users, even her accusations against Epstein and Prince Andrew became less credible. At the same time, more unfavorable news about her was revealed. Earlier this year, she separated from her husband of 22 years, Robert, and her father also confirmed that Virginia was going through a chaotic divorce. Before the car accident, she had appeared in court for allegedly violating a domestic violence restraining order filed by her husband. She may have done some bad things to her husband and children, even to the point where she could no longer see them. She posted a photo on social media of her children sunbathing on the beach, expressing her hope to see them. "My dear children have no idea how much I love them, they have been poisoned by lies. I miss them so much. In my 41 years, I've endured countless hardships, but this is the most painful thing for me. You can abuse me and hurt me, but don't take away my children. My heart is broken, and every day I suffer more." Finally, on Friday, her family announced that she had taken her own life at the age of 41. Virginia's family released a statement saying, "It is with profound sorrow that we announce Virginia passed away last night at her farm in Western Australia. She was a survivor of sexual abuse and trafficking her entire life, and in the end, she chose to take her own life." Her attorney stated, "Her courage inspired us to fight harder, and her strength was awe-inspiring. Today, the world has lost an extraordinary soul. Rest in peace, my dear angel." Virginia's brother also shared a photo of them on Facebook, expressing his grief and paying tribute to her. Virginia's life has come to an end. If fate had been a little kinder to her, perhaps she could have lived a different life. As a victim, she had already endured so much hardship. May she rest in peace.